Are you excited? Come on, I most certainly am. And pumped. Let's get that bed off. Intro. I can't go anymore. Get the beds off. Get the beds off. Get that beds off. Hello everyone. Rise&Shine. Today everything is new and I need to squeeze this entire thing in one day. It's gonna be hard, but you're in for a ride. Okay, so the goal is do workouts, jogging, lifting, breakfast, dinner, and start actually editing this thing, which, you know, my editing style is kind of choppy. So, I know what you're all thinking. Salad? What a classic move. Come on, losing fat and eating salad. But first of all, this is like a jumbo salad filled with tuna and a ton of olives. Let's clean my system. This is my dinners today. The day has been really good, very tired, and I'm looking forward to start editing this monstrosity. But I'm guessing you were expecting a little bit more linear storytelling. So, let's go back the old school way, shall we? You didn't see that. Yeah, we were told not to eat with your mouth full, but look at me doing it online. Oh my god. Hi! Begin. Yeah, I know. Silly spot. Totally. These for the intro, for the echo, so get used to it. It's really bad. Alright, this is the first day, starting right now. In the morning, I like to have like a tea vlog segment where I can talk to you guys about how it's going. Since this is the first day, there's not much to talk about. You might have some questions if you've seen the first video, like the change of season, changing amount of fat on my body. Yeah, I've been doing that first video for a while. I'm totally starting this right now. Because yes, starting it is hard. I've never done any video editing, I've never shot anything really. It's all new to me and it took a while. Anyway, the plan today is to do some jogging and some working out. I think the first day should be a push day and eat well. First thing in the morning, tea, which has some caffeine and can really wake me up, so that's great. I don't want to do any calories until I've done my cardio, so no, drinking it without milk and sugar, which I'm used to. It's kind of weird. But, you know, let's do it. Let's jog. Let's go. Alright, so it's time for the first run. Come on. It looks like from fantasy series, like the Game of Thrones. I dig it. We're going up the hill for the first half, so it's gonna be nice. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get the fat off. Let's go! Alright, so I've changed my jogging setup, filming it with the gimbal way too stable. Doesn't look like I'm jogging at all. Same thing goes to the wide lens on my iPhone. Love that image. I really hate the super wide distorted, like my hands are creepy. I had to change that a little bit. First mini hill, done! Come on, this is so epic. Hang on, we need a slow motion. That begins right now! Guys, I may have overdone the tempo. I got too excited. Come on. We're making some moves, guys. This is how it's gonna go. I'm gonna film the talking head and then I'm gonna film slow motion segments because
really stable, which is good for the shots. The goal today is like 5-6k. If you overdo the first jog and you're not used to it, then you're gonna get way too tired. The next day you might even hurt yourself. That's not good at all, because the consistency is important. I've been through this a couple of times. I was never able to actually go through it all, get lean, but I've had pretty great success, you know. One time in the span of 4 months, I think I lost like 15 kilograms and I stopped. Hence the channel. I can't stop now. It's online. You guys keep me on the right track, so thank you for joining. That lady was just like eyeballing me, like, what's going on? That's the problem with vlogging. It weirds people out. Some fat dude jogging. You don't give a damn about being fat. Shouldn't be ashamed of ourselves. Getting the fat off. Ah, my calves are killing me. That was hard. I don't know if it's the lack of training. Where are we? I'm doing this for all of you guys. You didn't see that. No talking now. I need to do this hill. Does it even look like I'm jogging? It's awesome. I think it's 8k mark. This is the highest mini hill of today. I can do this. Easy peasy. Alright, that one is done. We're going down. I'm going down. Down, 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 down. That's alright. I'm going down. Down, 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 down. It's really hard to sing while jogging. One of the weird stuff I do. It is to that. So the way down is way easier. Tied my shoes too tight. Blood is not flowing there. Let me just like adjust it. So, what a day. It's a new beginning. It goes off. So, my way of getting the fat off is to do cardio, doing it on empty stomach, jogging, swimming, or just like more moving quickly than heavy. You want to lift a little bit if you can, or just like work out. You get more muscle mass, burns more calories every day, even when you're resting, you know, like when you're sleeping. I got my breath again. After this steep downhill, I can up the tempo. Upping the tempo really works. Getting tired. That's what cardio is. If it's a little bit up the hill, you slow down. Down the hill, you speed up, losing fat and getting the cardio rate well in the zone. And that's it, you know. If you're new to this, work out for 20 minutes minimum, 30, 40 an hour, and not overdo it. You should be able to talk with your friend, or in my case with the camera. And you guys, if you're not able to jog, then you can just like walk or jog a little bit and then walk. We've done it with my friend. Any other form of cardio. Swimming is great for people with extra poundage. It should really go fast, you know, getting the first couple of pounds of fat off. Keep saying that. Come on, it's my motto, but it's mostly water. A lot of fat off in the first couple of days. Great for motivation, but then it's gonna slow down no matter what you do. That's what I found. So, where are we? That's the question. Okay, so I'm from Prague, which is the capital of Czech Republic, kind of in the middle of Europe. It's an epic spot to live in. We've got a lot of history, culture. The important thing is, at least for today, we've got this, which is crazy because it's like 20 minutes by public transportation, by a car, to the Prague center. Prague has 1.3, 1.4 million inhabitants. It's crazy that this park, almost wilderness, come on look, is so close to the center. I really love it here. It's awesome. You get the fresh air. We don't get many vloggers. I've actually never seen a vlogger out in the wild. It's not really super popular here. Let's change that. Vlog your ride, come on. It's interesting, especially when you have like an overarching story to tell. And it's definitely my favorite way of telling a story because of all the ways you can actually tell a story. I think vlogging is the most genuine. I think that was 8K on empty stomach, which is always harder. Now I'm gonna be dead for the push workout. Really happy about it. Hopefully I can keep up. So we're approaching the finish line. We've made it! Yes! Come on! What's the manliest sound I can do? Yes! You know, this shot was a fake, right? I had to set up the camera. That was really cool, this jog. I never expected that I would do like 8K. And there we are. Now, shoot a couple of pictures for the thumbnail and then let's get some breakfast because I'm starving. Let me just like for a second appreciate this place. This is such an epic spot. I'll be back, I swear. Yeah, let's get the fat off, but now let's get the food in. So, see you guys in a bit. Yeah, breakfast. So this is basically how it's gonna be. This table is doing boom boom. I'm gonna eat kinda healthy, you know, like eggs, stay off carbs, and that's the most important thing. So I'm gonna have carbs in. This is like the smallest orange I've ever seen. That was the last time I bought anything online. How are these even oranges? So avoid big carbs that fill you up and have a lot of calories in them. That means, of course, like the classic carb pastries and pizza and stuff like that. But that also applies for me specifically now to potatoes, sweet potatoes, rice, quinoa, like there's lots of things like that. The reason for that is I don't want to fill that amount of calories with potatoes, even though they are healthy, basically. This really makes me mad. Hang on. Way better now! So it's better to fill that 1,000-1,200 calories with this stuff, which has a lot of protein and also like the carbs that have a lot of vitamins, minerals and shit like that. That's why. It's like so good. See, healthy food doesn't have to taste awful. I love this. This takes time, and of course you need to have the ingredients around the house. The ingredients spoil. It's a hustle, I'm not denying that. We're gonna go shopping tomorrow, you'll see. Anyway, the day is going really well, I'd say. I actually checked the map. One map says I've ran 8K, the other says like 7.2. I should probably get an app, but I gotta say I'm really tired. Let's do one more time. Okay, so breakfast's done. Let's bomb! I meant pump iron. Not what it sounds like. So the goal today is a push workout. Pecs, tricep and shoulders. So let's push. Okay, so I wanted to use this epic music, but I've realized that one of the biggest fitness YouTubers actually uses it as an end card for every video of his. So, can't really use it, can I? But come on, it's such a great drop, I want to use it. It's like... cool, right? So I had to use this music instead. Alright, so the day is done, and now let's have some fun with food. Oh, man. Now everybody is saying this, but I gotta say it as well. Let's do the YouTube classic and do it right now. Liking and subscribing this video is super important. First of all, subscribing makes the videos come right to you. Every single one of you subscribing is giving me more incentive, more motivation to keep this going. So I hope you're enjoying this video. Smashing that like button gets the videos to more people. And if you find these inspirational or entertaining, watching a fat guy trying to make a difference, thank you for doing that, and enjoy the rest of the vlog. So smash that like button. Actually, how they do it, I don't know. We're getting the fat off. Every great city has a river, right? This is Prague. Show you city I love. That's the Prague Castle. You got the canals here. Look at the view there. London Park. They built it. Then it burned down. Tough luck, guys. Spring parties and here. Perfect place for photos. Ah, so many people. Come on. You don't want to lose your muscles, and so you don't want to lose your muscles, and also if you get more muscles, and also if you get more muscle mass.